If I told you that there's one business trend poised to explode in 2026, one that could completely transform how companies grow, how people spend, and how opportunities are created, you'd want to know exactly what it is, right? Because missing it could mean missing the next wave of wealth creation, while being early could set you up for massive success. The trend I'm talking about is AI-powered personalization at scale. Think about it. We've already seen artificial intelligence creep into our lives in small ways, recommendations on Netflix, targeted ads, investment, or even predictive text on your phone. But what's coming in 2026 will be very different. Businesses are about to move from generalized solutions to hyper-personalized experiences that feel tailor-made for every single customer. Imagine walking into a store or browsing online, and every product, every suggestion, every price point is designed specifically for you. No more one-size-fits-all. Instead, businesses will leverage data and AI to know what you want before you even know it yourself. And this doesn't just improve customer satisfaction, it creates brand loyalty on an entirely new level. When a company feels like it gets you, you don't leave, you stay, you spend, and you come back again and again. Now, here's where the opportunity lies. Businesses that understand this shift and position themselves early are going to win big. Startups that build personalized tools, entrepreneurs who integrate AI into their customer experience, and companies that prioritize data-driven decisions will pull ahead of competitors who are still using outdated methods. But here's the flip side. Ignoring this trend could be devastating. Businesses that fail to adapt will look slow, clunky, and out of touch. Customers will naturally drift toward the brands that understand them better. And just like how e-commerce took out thousands of brick and mortar stores, AI-powered personalization is about to wipe out companies that can't keep up. The good news, it's not too late. The groundwork is being laid right now, but the real explosion is coming in 2026. That's your window of opportunity to learn the tools, invest in the platforms, investment, or build the businesses that will thrive in this new environment. So if you're serious about business growth, pay attention to this trend. Because 2026 won't be the year of mass marketing anymore. It'll be the year of mass personalization. And those who adapt first won't just be part of the future, they'll own it. AI-powered personalization is not just a buzzword. It's about to become the backbone of how businesses operate in 2026. We're moving into an era where consumers expect more than convenience. They want experiences that feel crafted exclusively for them. If you think about it, we've already had small glimpses of this. And your favorite streaming platform probably suggests shows and movies that fit your taste. Your online shopping cart seems to magically fill with items you were just considering. But what's on the horizon goes way beyond recommendations. The next stage of personalization is about companies creating an entire journey. Every ad, every email, a good investment, every product suggestion based on your unique preferences, lifestyle, and behaviors. Why does this matter? Because in a world flooded with choices, personalization is the ultimate differentiator. Let's be honest, most products today are similar in quality, price, and accessibility. What sets one brand apart from another is how deeply it connects with its customers. If a company can predict what you want, investment, deliver it seamlessly, and make the entire process feel frictionless, you're not just buying a product, you're buying loyalty. And loyalty is where the money is. When customers feel understood, they spend more, they return more often, and they spread the word faster than any paid marketing campaign ever could. This shift is possible because of the exponential growth of artificial intelligence. AI systems are now capable of analyzing massive amounts of data, your browsing history, your purchase patterns, even your voice and facial expressions, to create real-time insights. Investment. Instead of blasting thousands of people with the same generic message, businesses can use AI to speak directly to the individual. Picture this: two customers log into the same website. One sees a homepage filled with athletic gear because they've been shopping fitness products, while the other sees luxury lifestyle items because that's what they've engaged with before. Same company, same website, but two completely different experiences. That is the power of personalization at scale. And here's the key point. This isn't just for big corporations anymore. AI tools are becoming cheaper, more accessible, and easier to integrate. Small businesses, freelancers, even solo entrepreneurs will have the ability to use AI-driven personalization to compete with industry giants. A local coffee shop could send tailored offers to each customer based on their favorite drink and time of visit. An online course creator could deliver unique learning paths for every student. Investment. The opportunities are endless, and they're about to become the standard. In 2026, the businesses that thrive will be the ones that stop treating their customers as a crowd and start treating them as individuals. Investment. This is not optional, it's inevitable. And those who lean into AI-powered personalization now will be the ones leading the market when the explosion truly begins. The way we think about work has already been transformed, but what's coming next is even bigger. Remote and hybrid work were just the starting point. In 2026, we're going to see the rise of decentralized business models. This doesn't just mean people working from home. It means businesses will be built without borders, without traditional headquarters, and without the old rules that used to define what a company looked like. Imagine a business where the CEO lives in New York, the developers are in India, the marketing team is spread across Europe, and the customer service staff operates out of South America. They may never meet in person, yet they collaborate seamlessly as if they were in the same building. That's the decentralized model, and it's going to explode in the coming years. Why? Because the infrastructure is finally ready. High-speed internet, collaboration tools, virtual reality workspaces, and AI-powered project management systems are making it easier than ever for global teams to work together. The pandemic showed us that remote work wasn't only possible, but in many cases more efficient. Now, the next evolution is about building entire organizations with no physical center, only digital hubs. This reduces costs dramatically. Companies don't need expensive office space, utility bills, or regional limitations. Instead, they can focus on hiring the best talent anywhere in the world, regardless of geography. This creates a massive opportunity for both businesses and individuals. For companies, it means access to a global talent pool at competitive rates. You're no longer limited to hiring the best employee in your city. You can hire the best employee on the planet. For workers, it means freedom. You don't have to move to Silicon Valley or New York City to work for top companies. You can live in your small town, your village, or even travel the world while being part of a thriving business. The idea of a career tied to location is vanishing, and that opens the door to millions of people who were previously left out of high-level opportunities. Of course, this also means the competition will intensify. If a job can be done from anywhere, you're not just competing with the people in your city, you're competing with skilled professionals worldwide. But this competition will push people upskill, specialize, investment, and stand out in ways that create even stronger value. The companies that adapt quickly to decentralized models will outpace their competitors in both innovation and efficiency. In 2026, many businesses that embrace decentralization will have a significant edge. They'll scale faster, reduce overhead, and attract top talent globally. Meanwhile, investment. Companies that cling to outdated structures will struggle to keep up. The decentralized model isn't just a trend, it's the new architecture of business, and it's only just beginning to take shape. One of the clearest business shifts we're going to see in 2026 is the explosive rise of green and sustainable businesses. This is not just about being environmentally friendly for the sake of reputation. It's about aligning with a market that is demanding change at a pace we've never seen before. Consumers today are more educated, investment more vocal, and more intentional with where they spend their money. They don't just want a product that works, they want a product that reflects their values. And sustainability has become one of the most powerful values driving purchasing decisions. We've already seen hints of this trend. Think about electric vehicles, reusable packaging, plant-based food alternatives, or even eco-friendly clothing brands. These industries were once considered niche, but they're rapidly moving toward the mainstream. The reason is simple. Customers are willing to pay more for products that minimize harm to the environment, reduce waste, and contribute positively to society. In fact, studies consistently show that younger generations, Gen Z and millennials, prefer sustainable brands even if it costs them a little extra. That means the businesses that prioritize sustainability are not just doing the right thing, they're building long-term profitability. What's going to change in 2026 is the scale. Governments around the world are pushing new environmental policies. Investors are prioritizing ESG's environmental, social, and governance criteria, and supply chains are being restructured to meet greener standards. This is no longer obvestment. It's becoming mandatory. Businesses that fail to adapt will face fines, regulations, and shrinking demand. On the other hand, companies that innovate in this space will see explosive growth. Imagine packaging companies that replace plastics with biodegradable materials, energy firms that shift to renewables, or agriculture startups that reduce water waste while increasing yields. These are not feel good projects. They are billion-dollar opportunities waiting to be seized. And the great thing is, this trend is not limited to big corporations. Even small businesses can take part by integrating sustainability into their operations. A cafe offering discounts for customers who bring reusable cups, a clothing store that promotes recycled fabrics, or a digital service that reduces energy consumption in the cloud. All of these align with what consumers are actively looking for. Customers are quick to notice and support businesses that walk the talk when it comes to the environment. By 2026, sustainability will not just be a trend, it will be the standard. Businesses that thrive will be the ones that embed eco-conscious practices into their DNA rather than treating it as a marketing gimmick. The companies that recognize this now are positioning themselves not only for higher profits, but also for long-term survival in a marketplace that is moving rapidly toward a greener future. Digital ownership and Web3 commerce are set to completely reshape the way people buy, sell, and interact with businesses in 2026. For decades, the internet has been dominated by centralized platforms, big companies that control data, transactions, and the flow of information. But we're heading toward a world where ownership shifts back to individuals, and this transition is already in motion. Web3, powered by blockchain technology, enables people to own digital assets in a way that's verifiable, secure, and transferable without needing a middleman. This concept alone has the potential to rewrite the rules of business. Think about it. Investment. In the traditional model, you don't truly own much of your digital life. The music you stream, the movies you watch, even the apps you use, they're all controlled by centralized companies. If those companies shut down or change policies, your access disappears. Web3 flips that script by giving users ownership through tokens, smart contracts, and decentralized applications. This means when you buy a digital product, a piece of art, or even a share in a community project, it's yours in a way that no centralized authority can take away. In 2026, this will extend far beyond NFTs or speculative hype. We're talking about real businesses using digital ownership to build stronger communities and deeper customer loyalty. Investment. Imagine buying into a fitness brand that gives you a digital token as proof of membership. That token doesn't just grant you access to classes. It could also rise in value as the brand grows. Investment, meaning you benefit directly from its success. Or picture e-commerce platforms where every purchase comes with a token that can be traded, redeemed for perks, or even resold in secondary markets. The lines between customer, investor, and community member will blur, creating entirely new business models. For entrepreneurs, this presents an enormous opportunity. Web3 makes it possible to fund ideas through community-backed tokens instead of traditional investors. A small startup can raise capital by selling digital ownership stakes to early supporters, investment, who then become evangelists for the brand. For established companies, it creates loyalty systems that are far stronger than traditional points programs. Customers who feel like true stakeholders are far more engaged and far more committed. Of course, there are challenges. Regulation, security, and education will all play critical roles in how fast Web3 adoption grows. Investment, but the momentum is undeniable. The younger generation already values digital ownership, whether it's in gaming, collectibles, or online communities, and they're driving this shift forward. By 2026, Web3 commerce will no longer be an experimental side trend. It will be a mainstream expectation. Businesses that adapt will unlock entirely new revenue streams, while those that ignore it risk being left behind in a digital economy that rewards ownership over access.